Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back.
What's happening?
How's it going, dude? How you doing
Man,
today?
dude, can't complain, baby. It's gonna be a terrific Tuesday. Coming off a nice 2-1 last night.
Nice.
Rolling right along. Had a great weekend too, man. Just a side note, not baseball related, but actually won my daughter's master's pool at her work. So she's really fired up about that. So the uh the pot was only $50, but she was really more excited about the bragging rights around the office. So we had what's up, Zoe? Love you, by the way. But yeah, we placed second 3 years in a row, so it was finally our turn, I guess. So that was a nice little weekend nugget. But man, I'm not doing nearly as good as you, man. I hear whispers that you swept the board in a big way last night. Tell us about it.
Yeah, man. Yesterday was great. I can't say the weekend went too well. We had a negative UFC 300, which was a downer, and
Oh,
now we took a couple bets in the Masters, and that didn't play out too well either. So we took a couple swipes at some outright winners, and
gotcha.
nobody won. Stayed away from the overall favorite, which was probably a dumb move now looking back at it. So Scheffler's just good, man. But no,
He is.
yesterday, man, we started off the week hot. We went 6-0 yesterday and
Woo! Come on.
we
Six
hit a plus
freaking
six
oh.
51 banger yesterday. It's the first lotto parlay we've played in baseball. I don't really like to play those, but I've had some good reads on these under K props, and there were about 5 or 6 guys yesterday we left off the board. So I figured, why not? I'll just put all these guys together, and
Love it.
we hit 5 guys to go under their K props and 1 guy to go over his walk prop, and yeah, plus 651, and
Love it.
at
Yeah,
$25 on that, returned to about $163. So I
dude. It's something. As long as we've been doing this, though, when you have a big day like that, it's just a whole lot easier getting up the next morning and researching, breaking down the card, diving into stats. It's easier to do after a big winning night than a losing one.
Oh yeah, you know me, man. When we lose, I get pretty down about it. I don't like giving out losers to people. It's you put all the time in researching, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way. And yesterday was awesome, man. I woke up today with full of energy.
That's why
So
we do this. And your subscribers are setting up this morning. They're happy. They're sitting flush. Great way to start the week. So, yeah, happy for you, man. It's
no,
hard work pays off. And like I tell people, man, nobody, very few cappers are up at midnight, 1 a.m. researching the card, and Wade's one of those. So,
no, man. I even got an awesome message this morning from one of the members. I kept telling him he needed to open up more accounts. He was only really using one book, and
oof,
he sees me
can't do
putting
that.
out a bet for DraftKings and a bet for ESPN and a bet for MGM. I'm like, dude, you're
Right.
gonna have to open up some books. Well, I
Absolutely.
talked him into opening up DraftKings. He put $150 in there. Um, Trying to see exactly. He didn't give me a timeline, but he put $150 in, and now he's over $1,100 in that account just
Oh,
by following our picks.
there
So
you go. See, there it is right there, folks. If you're on the
it makes me
fence
feel good.
about needing the service, especially during baseball season, Wade's main sport. I mean, he wins in all sports, but baseball is a freaking machine, man. It's a big reason why he was over 200 units won last year. Solid, steady profits. Can't beat it. $25 a month, guys. I mean, come on. You're gonna
Yeah,
waste
we don't. I
big.
don't go crazy. We don't usually have 20 unit days because we're not out here taking 20 picks a day. We're staying between 4 and 6 or 7 plays a day total.
Yeah,
So
it's practicing sound money management, getting people to treat sports betting like an investment and not just plain old gambling. I get it, gambling's fun, but if you want to stay in it for the long term, just bet slow and steady, baby. Tortoise in the hare. Like I say, every time I read that freaking book, the slow and steady tortoise beats the hare every time, and that's how you got to approach sports betting. So
yeah, we like to approach it month to month, year to year. We're just trying to stack profitable days. If you stack 1 unit every day at the end of the year, you're up 360 units. There's no reason to try to go for it and hit 5, 6, 7, 8 units every day. It's
yeah,
just unnecessary, and you put yourself at risk for having bad days when you do stuff like that. So.
totally agree, man. Preach it.
But no, man, we're off to a pretty decent start in Major League Baseball. We're not. I don't think we're at the pace where we were last year, but the beginning of the season is always tough. We're using
It
last
is.
year's data.
Yeah, you're
Um,
feeling it out. I mean, it is. There's a lot of unknowns. Like you know, you get some guys that maybe had decent numbers 2023, and they seem to, maybe a few of them have gotten lit up to start 2024, and it's kind of hard. Okay, well, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but trying to look at the data and decipher, okay, where is this guy right now? I'll talk about one a little later in my best bet, a guy that fits this mold, but it's kind of like which version do you believe? Do you believe 3 or 4 starts here in this season? Or are you still looking back at the 20, 30 game sample size of the season? I struggle with that too, man. It's hard to know, what's what. That's the tough part about capping in April. I always feel a lot more confident once May or June rolls around. We got a better sample size. So totally understand that.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, right now I was looking. We're only hitting 59% of our bets right now, almost 60%. So I think I should be better than that. I feel I should be better than that, man. I know baseball's. I feel like I've got a pretty good read on baseball. I feel like I should be hitting 65%. So we need to bump that up a little bit. We need to put in some work here.
I got you.
So what's going on with these Astros, man? I see you're kind of scratching your head on them.
That's what I wanted to talk about this morning. It's like, wow, what the heck is wrong? What's the saying? What's the saying? Houston, we have a problem.
I mean, Houston, we have a problem.
I mean, I know it's early and it's way too early to panic, but man, 6-12. I have the Astros rated. And I don't like the Astros, by the way. I think there's still a bunch of cheaters banging on trash cans. I don't like them, but I have them rated as the 4th best team in MLB according to my numbers. They sure as heck ain't playing like it. And I know a lot of it. We've talked off air a little bit about it. Like a lot of it is the starting pitching just decimated. Framber Valdez is hurt. Jose Urquidy's hurt. Verlander, of course, is hurt. When 3 of your starting 5's out, that kills you a little bit. But still, I wouldn't expect it a 6-12 start.
No.
No,
I think their pitching is absolutely the problem because I look at their offensive stats. They're still one of the best batting average teams. They're still hitting the ball well. I haven't looked at what their plus minus is as far as run differential, but yeah, their pitching is just not where it needs to be right now.
That's exactly, and it's not just the starters, the bullpen. I was looked it up this morning. Their bullpen, their reliever ERA 5.45, their reliever WHIP 1.44. So just not good in the pen. Not good starting. And even though guys, the wily veterans, Jordan Alvarez and Jose Altuve, they're still knocking the cover off the ball. Scoring runs ain't going to be the problem in Houston. But I just got to wonder, even when, what worries me for this team is if you look up, they say Verlander is going to be back, should be back in the end of this month. So that'll help them some. But when you look up the injury report on Urquidy and Valdez, it just says return unknown. So it's up in the air on when they'll get them back. Whew. So, I mean, really, Houston, we have a problem, right? Which, as a Rangers fan, doesn't hurt my feelings.
No, I know Ronel Blanco is probably the only bright spot they've got going right now for them pitching-wise. Hunter Brown's been absolutely terrible. I wouldn't be shocked to see him have a big game today because they just have these where they have a couple bad games in a row, and all of a sudden they'll come out and have a stellar game. But he is facing the Braves today, so that could be a tough challenge for him. But
I don't understand this line, dude. Like, we talked about it also. Why is Atlanta such a small favorite in this game? As bad as Houston's been, as Hunter Brown's been a human gas can, dude. I mean, it makes you worry. The line looks way too good to be true. I don't know. I stayed away from it just because it just doesn't look right. I mean, should be even with Atlanta on the road, should be at least -130, -140 at least.
I mean, you got the Braves are 6-3 on the road. Houston's 4-7 at home. Atlanta's won 7 of the last 10. Houston's won 4 of the last 6.
Yeah.
Braves have a run differential of 24. Houston has a run differential of -18. I don't know. There's something fishy with that line for sure.
Yeah.
And how is Hunter Brown going to even get out of the 5th inning with this team?
I don't see it, man.
They've got his line sitting at 15.5 right now. We've been debating taking the under. I don't know. There's something about this game and the line that worries me.
Yeah, it stinks. It does. I mean, it just doesn't smell right. I mean, Marcell Ozuna, as well as he's swinging the bat, he could take Brown deep a couple times and he could be out of the game in the 3rd, 4th inning. But I don't know. It's a weird one, man. I get the Braves are on the road, but it'd be Atlanta or pass for me, and it's going to be a pass. It's not on my card, but
I don't know. They maybe the line just based off of that. I feel like they struggled a little bit versus Miami on the road. I mean, they still won 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, as a Braves fan, I've been a little disappointed. I mean, I know it's early, and it's not like the the sky's not falling. We're 10-5. I mean, it's not. It's not
No,
terrible.
they dropped 2. They dropped 2 or 3 to the Mets. So
That was the
I don't know.
most disappointing.
It's interesting that Ozuna's leading the Braves in batting average, home runs, and RBIs. So
yeah. I'm Ozuna with the Braves. That's right. I don't know if you've seen that clip when he got pulled over for a DUI. He's tried to talk
I
his way
did
out of
not
it.
see
Like,
that.
I'm Ozuna with the Braves. This is like a year or two ago. And
I
the
did
cop
not.
couldn't care. You can look it up. I just sent it. It's hilarious. Like, y'all listeners, look it up on YouTube. Just put Ozuna with the Braves. He's trying to talk his way out of a ticket. Yeah, it's like the cops. He was not impressed. He did not care. I mean, you got to
You
hand
did
it.
not care, huh?
To Atlanta's finest. He did not show any favoritism. Ozuna with the Braves.
Yeah, maybe if he should have said Acuna, then maybe they would have cared a little
that's
bit.
right. That might that's a little another level. When you're the reigning MVP, that might have a little more clout. But I don't understand pro athletes and DUIs. It's a whole nother segment. But it's like, dude, you make millions of dollars a year. You can hire a limo guy to drive you around. I mean, you know, Uber isn't that expensive. I mean, you're like I said, making millions. Why are you risking a DUI? I don't get it.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
That's another
sense.
story.
I don't get it. They all do it too. It's weird.
Yeah.
If I were in their position, I'd have a driver all day. So
Dude, yeah, why wouldn't you just have a driver on the payroll? I mean, making that much money, you can take money out and burn it. You know,
or the Braves, the teams in general could just
he
make
will
sure
give
they
you
have
one.
drivers for all of their players. They have enough money from the whole franchise to take care of all their players.
Get the little clubhouse guy to drive you around, man. I mean, come on.
They got a manager, a bat boy that's probably 18 years old, man. Come on. I'd do that job if I was 18. Come on.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
I'll stay up all night and just park outside the club until they all come out. Are you kidding me?
Dude, absolutely. Why not?
Yeah,
why not?
May have to reach out to one of these clubs and see if that's something a little business starter we could come up with right there.
Might be like a little side gig, you could do. Yes.
Never know, man.
Yeah,
Good
that's
option
not
there.
bad at all. Wow.
I was checking out some of these future bets this morning to kind of see where we were sitting at. It's man, I think to start the season off, we were looking pretty good on all of them, but I don't know with your Mets here. Well, are you still feeling good about your Mets, man? They're one of the hottest offensive teams in baseball right now.
I'm not. A couple weeks ago, I was loving that they couldn't win a game, and they were just flat terrible. But now all of a sudden, their bats have come to life. Alonso's mashing the ball. Even their pitching is as bad as it is, bad as the rotation is. They haven't looked too terrible of late.
Nope.
They're sitting at 8-8. I'm sitting on them under 82.5. So, yeah, it's early, but I'm a little nervous. I do like the one I do feel confident in still is the Royals, though. Royals over 72.5. Them, they're crushing 8-2. Their last 10, 11 wins. I don't think anybody saw them getting off to this hot a start. So it's been nice for KC, but I think yours are looking good too, from what I can tell, man. Tigers still trudging right along. Think you got them over 80.5? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not feeling good about it anymore. I will say I love the Royals. That's gonna probably hit pretty well. I can see them getting 80 wins this year. That's probably a pretty low line. The Mets are worrisome because they're now they're ranked. They had their 10th best batting average in baseball right now, and I think the first week they had like the second worst batting average, and all of a sudden this last 7 days, last 15 days, they have like one of the best batting averages in baseball.
Yeah, it's insane. I go back to that 3-game set against the Braves. It just mashed the Atlanta pitching. I can't believe it. With honestly half the guys I've barely even heard of, and they figured it out. They're seeing it well.
Last 7 days, they're number 1 in baseball, batting .311. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be tricky, but we'll see. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Eventually, they'll probably lose some games, but they're playing well right now. Yeah, my Tigers, man, they're 4-6 in their last 10 games. They're 9-7.
9-7 overall, still pretty good.
It's not bad. Like you said, all they've got to do is finish 500, and they'll be pretty close to hitting this number. I don't know. It's tough. I think the Indians are better than what I thought they were going to be. They're always good, but man, their hitting has been amazing this year. And I think the Twins are a little down. Their offense is struggling. And
that's been the two big surprises for me. I'm glad you said on the Twins has been the offense of both the Twins and the Mariners. They've both been terrible. And they've got some good sluggers in both those lineups. Man, they're just not hitting the ball, and that's been That's been a shock to me. I mean, maybe they'll figure it out.
Yeah,
It's a long season. We're only a tenth of the way through or so.
it's a long
A long
season.
way
You
to
don't really
go.
want to get off to a start like this either. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
tricky, but I still think Royals and Tigers are good looks. Mets are probably still fine, but if their offense stays like this, geez, I don't know what's going to happen. Are
Yeah,
they going to win the division? Are they going to beat the Braves? Like what? Surely
I'm just,
not. They don't have the
yeah,
pitching to do that.
I'm just banking that eventually, Atlanta will beat up on them, hopefully, and the Phillies will beat up on them, hopefully. The Marlins, they haven't looked too good, and they've got a slew of injuries. So
I don't know what we probably should pull up the lines and see what the Phillies to win this division is right now. I'm not sure who actually is the favorite. I'd probably put a wager on the Phillies at this point. They're the healthiest team out of those three. They've got
still got Wheeler,
healthy
Nola.
pitching. They got healthy hitting. Nobody's hurt. The Braves questions is their pitching, and I think the Mets questions is their pitching, and I think a lot of people question the Mets offense. So I don't think the Mets are going to keep hitting 300. The Braves probably will. But I think if the Braves pitching continues to struggle and they can't get some of their main guys really rocking, you can't trust Chris Sale to go 8 months for you, 7 months for you strong. So I don't know, man. I still have that future on the Braves to win the World Series, but right now, just the way things are looking, I may have to put a little money on the Phillies to win the division just because of the health factor.
Yeah, I just looked it up for you. You can get Phillies to win the NL East plus 350 right now.
It still has to be plus money. You're really betting against. I really feel like you're betting against the Braves. It's either the Braves or the Phillies. And right now, you're going to bet against the healthy Phillies versus a questionable Braves pitching staff.
Yeah, and Fried hadn't looked like himself. I think he did look a little better over the weekend. I never did see the final line, but I'd heard
Sale's fine, but I can see him having games like he did against the Marlins where he just gives up enough runs where the Braves just don't hit that day and they're going to lose games.
All Sale has is that curveball, man. I mean, it's nasty, but I mean that's all he has. If he's not locating the curveball, it's just he's getting on up there in age. He can still throw decently hard, but
no, he's doing good so far. He's doing good so far. He's had one down game here against the Marlins. I don't know. It's tough. I may have to put some money down on Phillies. I didn't want to, but with the way the Strider's done now, and
Fried not looking good. Sales.
I'm not sure. I don't think the Braves are going to make a move and try to bring another pitcher in.
I haven't heard anything. They need to. They need. I don't know. I guess best hope Braves fans like myself is like I'm hoping maybe Seattle keeps tanking, then maybe they'd be willing to part with like Logan Gilbert or George Kirby or somebody like that. I doubt they would. That's a long shot, but I would love to see Atlanta get somebody like that. They need somebody that can eat some innings bad, real bad. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's not good.
You're trying to think who they could go after right now. I mean, they'd have to find somebody that's almost a free agent coming up this year, and
you would think,
maybe they can make a deal.
Alex Anthopoulos. Hopefully, he'll be busy.
If they want to win the World Series, they're going to have to make a move. So I don't know if I was sitting in that general manager position right now, I would have been already working the phone after Strider went out for sure with shoulder surgery.
Doubt.
So
no doubt, you have to.
There's probably some pitchers out there, man. I don't know.
Yeah, there's got to be. I mean, Anthopoulos proved during the World Series year for Atlanta, 2021, he proved to make enough moves to, it was when Acuna got hurt and tore his knee up. He went out and got, Soler, and went out and got Peterson, went out and got Rosario, and he kind of pieced together some offense. So maybe we'll do the same thing for the pitching staff. I'm hoping.
I think they need to make a move faster than the trade deadline for sure, so they can get a guy acclimated. But staying on the Braves, one of my other futures, besides taking them to win the World Series, was Austin Riley to go over 35.5 home runs, and he's only at 2 right now. And the only reason I really took him was because he's gone over this line 2 the last 3 years, but because of his health, he's played like 100, almost 160 games the last 3 years, and in that home run market, I at least like to lean on players that are durable. And he's durable and hits home runs. So I'm hoping once the weather heats up, he can crank out a big week or two here where he gets 4 or 5 home runs, and then we're back on track. But, man, Marcelo Acuña's got 7 home runs right now for the Braves. Man.
He's killing it. Ozuna with the Braves. That's right. Yeah. I'm not
I don't know if
worried
he's
about
leading the league in majors. I didn't even see who was leading the league in majors, but he has to be up there.
Yeah, he has to be right. He has to be.
7 is a lot.
Trying to see Riley's projections here.
Yeah, I wonder where it's like. Yeah, Marcell Ozuna's tied with a lead with Mike Trout and Tyler O'Neill. Both of them have 7 home runs.
Go.
Tyler O'Neill went to Boston. And he just started destroying the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Where did he come from? Yeah, exactly. Man, that's something. But yeah,
he was okay with the Cardinals, but not swinging like that. Jeez.
Riley's one of those guys, man. He can, when he gets hot, he can hit 2 or 3 homers a week for an extended stretch, and then next thing you know, you may look up with this one here, and we're in toward the end of May, and he's sitting pretty with 12, 14 home runs, and you're right back on pace to where you need to be. So I wouldn't worry too much about that one yet. He'll come around.
No,
he's still hitting the ball. Well, he's still hitting 292. I mean, he's still hitting the ball. It's just not going out of the park as much, but I think it will.
Yep, he's hitting 282 on the road too. So he's swinging the ball. He's hitting the ball well. He just hasn't drove it out of the park yet.
Yep.
So I'm still liking that one. So we got to today's best bets, man. What stuck out to you while you were doing our little search this morning?
Man, yeah, I've got a card up right now over at Bettors Insider. 3 best bets up there. Check that out. Shameless plug for a new website there. Also, eWatchBet.com. Ton of NBA content coming out today. Already out for the play-in tournaments and props and other stuff. But yeah, check those out. But yeah, out of the 3, man, kind of feels like cheating. I cashed with this last night going back to the well. We're going to go with the Kansas City Royals in the first 5. Lay in the half a run, minus the half. Best line, minus 115 at Bet Rivers. White Sox are just a dumpster fire, man. And for the second night in a row, they're going to start a rookie making his major league debut. I love fading guys making their debuts. I mean, the Butterflies have got to be out of control. Your lifelong dream of being a major leaguer is finally achieved. Guy's name's Jonathan Carroll. He's a big kid. He's 6'6", righty from University of Georgia. Has pretty good stuff. He's not really a strikeout guy, though. He averages well under 1 per inning. So really think Bobby Witt Jr., guys like that could tee off on him. Vinny Pasquantino, who also homered last night for us. He's a threat. But really like the Royals, man. Brady Singer has impressed the heck out of me so far. We've talked about him a couple episodes ago. Dude, he looked terrible last year, but he has figured something out. I know you mentioned him. I think you know a little more about what pitches he's working on this year. His ERA through 3 starts, 0.98. Got a nasty slider, 92-mile-an-hour sinker. He's not walking anybody. His walk rate's only 5.7%. As far as ground ball goes, this is his forte. This kid's forte. Ranks in the 96th percentile in ground ball ratio. I love that. He keeps the ball down. And the White Sox, man, it's just gone from bad to worse. Not only are they terrible anyway, they're only averaging 2.1 runs per game. Holy smoke. And it's not going to get any better. Yohan Moncado's out. He's out, Eloy Jimenez, he's been out. I think he's going to be back today. He pinch hit last night. And they're missing another hitter, too. It's off the top of on the tip of my tongue. Can't think of it. Another one of their main guys is out also. So, yeah, just think this in the first 5, minus the half with Singer on the hill. I don't see Singer slowing down against a really terrible White Sox lineup. Everybody thought Oakland was going to be the worst team in baseball. No chance. Oakland's showing some fight. The Chi Sox could care less so far. I mean, it's just, they're 2-14, by the way, 2-14. So, what about you, my man? You got anything cooking? As far as
man. I'm
yesterday. Make it 7-0. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, no, man. It's tough to follow up a sweep.
It is.
We've got a little. I don't know. I'm superstitious on this. We've got a little chatter going on in the group where when we have a sweep where we go undefeated in a day, we've been trying to stay at least under the same amount of picks. So we took 6 picks yesterday. The idea is to take maybe 5 picks today or less because the gambling gods are now watching us. It's going to be very tough for us to have a profitable day today. So we've got to stay strict. We've only got to take plays that we think are going to do good, and they have good matchups. Because some days we'll take some chances. We'll call them chance of luck. So a guy that the guy that may not walk a lot is facing the team that walks a lot. So we'll go ahead and take it just because we're betting on the team to walk a lot versus the pitcher actually not having great control. Some of that stuff I probably won't mess with today just because we're on watch. When you have a big day, you're always on watch by the gambling gods. If you don't believe that, you haven't been betting long enough.
Preach it, dude. Preach it. You're absolutely right. It's why. What's the saying? I think Lee Corso likes it saying. The old man on College Game Day says, "When you lose, say little. When you win, say less." Because
Yeah, I will say it's good to wake up the next day when you have a sweep, but it's almost just as hard to research because now you're treading waters. You got to pick lightly because you just don't want to go from a sweep to a reverse sweep the next day. So you gotta tread waters. But one that really stuck out to me, and if we would have recorded this hour sooner, I think the line would still be the same. But unfortunately, I got some messages that the line's already moved. I think taking his plus money line is still fine, but I'm going to go with Henry under 17.5 outs versus the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah. Love
the
it.
Cubs are just hitting too good, and I don't think Henry's going to be able to make a full 6 innings against the Cubs. I got him at minus 127 on Caesars. I know he's moved down to 16.5 plus money now. I think people can still take that number. I think he might get into the 6th inning. They might let him go to get 1 out or maybe pitch to the first guy. But I think by 5 innings, he's going to be up towards 85, 90 pitches. And then at that point, they may not bring him back out.
Yeah. I like that look a lot. I might have to jump on that with you just because.
If I can look back at least what I wrote to our members, it wasn't a very long write-up. Usually I give a pretty in-depth write-up, but this one was pretty short. He faces one of the best offenses in baseball. Over his last 30 games, he's averaging 15.5 outs. And over the last 30, he's under in 21 of 30. So,
dude. Yeah, that looks great.
And I think, the Cubs are just hitting the ball too well.
They're raking it, dude.
I think he's going to probably walk 2 guys. He's going to.
Yeah,
his walking Cubs. I think his pitch count's going to get up there. Their ability to not only make contact, but get pitchers into deeper counts. It's tough for me to see him going 6 innings today.
Totally agree, dude. Just looked it up while you're doing the spill on Henry. His walk rate 10.3% is really not good at all.
No.
And so he could, what that means, he could get in trouble early and he could run up his pitch count, which works in your favor. Should be out of there. Hopefully at the end of 5, he'll be out of there. I can see that. But Cubs knocking the cover off the ball, man. Michael Busch, expected batting average 318. Christopher Morel, expected batting average 294. Nico Horner, 278. So, swinging some hot bats there for the North Sider. So, I like that look by you there. And even the juice isn't too outlandish. What did it said? Minus 127. That's not terrible.
It was minus 127.
Not terrible. Heck, that's decent.
And I'm sitting here scratching my head looking at his walks. His walk line right now is only minus 119 over 1.5. Yet at home, he's went over 8 of the last 10 games.
Yeah.
Cubs are walking one of the best in baseball. Why is his line minus 120? That may have to be a play, and I haven't even really dug too deeply into this stuff yet.
Sounds really good, especially with his walk rate being, walking 10% of batters faced. I was wanting to look him up and see if that's like a.
He's over 1.5 walks in 15 of his last 20 games. I'm not sure why I haven't jumped on this line yet.
Yeah, his career whip is 1.41. So it looks like he definitely struggles walking guys for his career, not just this year. It's not just like a small sample size.
Last year at home, it looks like, unless this is mistaken. Yeah, he went over 6 of 8 games last year at home.
Yeah, his rookie year, 2022, he ranked only in the 15th percentile. He walked 17.6% of batters in 2022. 2023 got a little better, but still just in the 37th percentile. This year, he's in 36th percentile. So, it's been his bugaboo his whole career is control. So, that definitely – I could definitely see that over cash, and that's another good look, man. I think you just gave our guys a bonus bet there. or at least a bonus sprinkle.
Yeah, he's over 3 of 3 so far this year. But 2 of those games he faced Colorado. One was against Atlanta, and Atlanta does not walk a lot. Atlanta's one of the least walking teams in baseball, so you got to be careful taking a walk prop against them. I think maybe I don't know why teams aren't walking the Braves. You think they'd be more of a walking team. Maybe teams are just too afraid to put a guy on because it's almost like when you're facing the Braves, you're kind of facing a college baseball team. If you give up one walk, they're going to destroy you with runs.
See ya. Yep, exactly. You hit so many home runs. They're like, well, at least give up solo shots and not, 2-run, 3-run dingers.
Which is weird. You really do think they'd pitch around some of these guys more, but they don't.
Not as much as you would think.
I don't know. I haven't taken this bet yet, but I do think it's a pretty safe bet for people to take as over walks.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
I need to see what the real line is because it looks like on props.cash they have it at -140, but Outlier has it at -119. Somebody's wrong.
Gotcha.
Looks like Caesars has it -119. DraftKings has -135. MGM has -140. So
Caesars being a little too generous there. Yeah,
you can get some value there. Caesars usually almost always has the best lines. I'm not sure why in baseball.
On your outs and walk props, you mean?
Yeah. They almost always have the best lines most of the time. Not every time. Most of the time. I'm trying to see what ESPN has. ESPN has a -120.
That's tempting, man. That's tempting. Definitely. I don't hate it. I don't typically do walk props, so I'll probably pass, but that's I definitely don't hate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a second look at that one. So,
yeah.
Well, I appreciate everybody joining us. Well, this is episode 5 of Dueling Aces. It's been pretty good day so far. It's obviously a good week for both of us to start out profitable. So if we can just keep that going and keep it rolling through the rest of the week, we might end up with a great week, man.
That's it. Just get it in the green, baby. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate everybody joining us today.
Thank you all.
We'll see if we can try to grab a quick one on Friday. I leave for vacation Friday night at midnight. So we should be able to get something in Friday morning. And then we'll see. I'll be in Vietnam for 3 weeks, but we're gonna try to get the show in at least once a week live from Vietnam so we can see.
How cool would that be, dude? Way dedicated to the craft, gonna film even on vacation. Holy smoke.
My wife's not going to be happy about it. I'm not going to tell her I'm bringing some of my stuff, but I'm going to bring my light and some stuff just to see if I could set up somewhere in one of the rooms and try to do recordings. Maybe I'll try to go do something outside. Maybe I'll have nice scenery somewhere. We'll try something out. We'll see how it goes.
That'll be awesome, man.
I'll be 12 hours ahead of everybody, so I think I'll be able to still do research and not bother people and not be on my phone all the time with the wife killing me about not being there on vacation and instead of being on my phone on Discord.
Yeah, the missus frown upon that. Be careful with that, buddy.
We'll see. I don't even know. I haven't been there. I probably could do some research, but I have no idea if any offshore books work there. I don't know if Twitter works there. I don't know if Discord works there. I've got some people willing to help me out here when I get there in case I need to give out picks to people. I can text some people my plays and they can get them out to the Discord. So we're still going to be working, but
still rolling. I love it.
I do plan on giving at least all the members that are currently in my Discord, they're all going to get 3 free weeks of picks just for me kind of not being there 100% with them for the next 3 weeks. I'll still be giving picks, but they're not going to have my full attention, obviously. So I might give 3 weeks out, and I might put it out to Twitter too. If anybody wants to join us for the next 3 weeks while we're on vacation, you get a free 3 weeks to try us out. I mean, we already offer a free 7-day trial. So, I mean, either way, you can try us out one way or another for free.
Can't beat that, man. There you go. You heard it here from the man himself, man. Wade's the man. Give him a shot, guys. Seriously.
Yeah, no, we'll keep working on some of these articles that we're putting out. I got my eye on some college baseball stuff coming up, so we may put some more of those articles out. I know Mike's been working real hard on at Eat Watch Bet. You guys can follow them on Twitter. See his hat there, and then I know they're working with a new website, Bettor's Insider. So Mike's putting some baseball picks over there. I'm giving some UFC articles over there for the week as well. So please, guys, check out at Eat Watch Bet. You can see them on Twitter or on X. You can go to their website. You get free picks on almost every single sport from different writers. It's a great place to go if you want free picks, and then also Bettor's Insider. It's another great website that Eat Watch Bet has made a deal with, and now they're working with them. And so Mike's trying to. I think he's getting a little thin there with articles, but he's helping pump out winners to both sites. And yeah, if you guys can, please check them out. I don't know if Bettor's Insider has a Twitter account. I tried finding it, but
we do. We do. I think it is just at Bettor's Insider. Let me find it.
I didn't know if that was theirs or not. If that was some random guy that created a Bettor's Insider account a long time ago.
We have it, but I'm not sure. I don't think
not used a ton yet.
Yeah. We just took the brand over about a month ago, so we don't have that added to the rotation. But yeah, it is at Bettor's Insider. That is us. We'll be getting that rolling here shortly. But in the meantime, just check out the website each day with plenty of baseball picks. Gonna have a ton of NBA playoff stuff, props, best bets, the whole nine.
Yeah, I recommend if anybody wants to, when they get up in the morning, check those two sites first. Maybe in the afternoon when you're on your lunch break, check those two sites again. You might find some valuable picks that you can play before the evening starts. So we got NBA playoffs starting tonight. So please give those sites a check. And we'll try to be back with you on Friday morning. We'll see how we get everything packed up for vacation and we're ready to roll. I'll be able to pop this up and knock out a quick Friday edition for everybody. So.
That sounds good, brother. I sure appreciate it as always, man. Appreciate you making the time. I know you're a busy man, and appreciate you feeding the people these winners, brother.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to have you here, and show's going well. So hope everybody has a blessed Tuesday, and we'll see you guys back on Friday.
Amen. Take care, guys. Boom.
See you.